We'll save it. I gotta save the.
Wait, how thick?
They're massive.
Like that. They're not a cookie.
Absolutely
it's
massive.
like a pancake. It's like a bundt cake, but it's a cookie. We'll get to it.
Oh my God! This first review.
As Larry is giggling to the reviews of Jersey Brothers Bagels on Pleasantburg, right across from Bob Jones University.
Actually, I think it's Jersey Bagel Brothers.
Jersey Bagel Brothers. I apologize. Please make sure you look that up right, and make sure I format that right for this episode.
It's actually a fair mistake. I constantly call it Jersey Brothers.
Yeah, I blame Larry. That's Larry Simonson.
Hi, my dad loves it when you call him Big Poppy Seed.
And the guy giggling, that's Caleb Wesman.
I like bagels pretty good.
And I'm Andrew Van, your host of One Star Reviews. And today we have Jersey Bagel Brothers. They've been in business for a little over a year now? Is that right? Or is it more than that?
It's probably coming up on a year, yeah.
All right.
I just want to say that of the new restaurants in Greenville, this honestly might be my favorite. It's within a 2-minute. I'm not going to tell everyone where I live on the street, but it's a 2-minute drive from my house. I go there all the time. It's on the way to one of my good buddies' house, and
not Larry.
I go there frequently. If Zoe's having a bad week, Saturday morning I'll wake up early and go pick up a dozen bagels or something.
I have done a long walk to this place.
Yeah,
like and like gotten a dozen bagels to like cut up and use throughout breakfast.
Do you leave your bagels out for a day and a half first and then freeze them?
No,
okay.
You cut them the same day and you put them in a bag, in a freezer bag, and you put them in the freezer that day.
What you really do is you let your wife do that, and then you sneak 2 or 3 of them out and eat them real quick, and then be like, I don't know what happened to them.
We should leave a 1-star review. They can't count. God.
Oh, man. Weird, right?
And then she's like, why are you bloated? Shut up.
It's full of bagels.
We call 9 bagels a thieves dozen.
That's going to be my fourth podcast,
God,
The Thieves Dozen.
That's a really good joke.
All right, so here on 1-star reviews, we read the bad reviews of good businesses, and as you can tell, we've been kindly joking about how good Jersey Bagel Brothers really is. Like I said, Caleb's one of our favorite places there. Larry lives sort of close by. We won't say where he lives. We're right behind there in the dumpster, and I live about 10 minutes away.
I live in a dumpster.
And I'll say this. Fun knowledge. It's in the Lake Forest Shopping Center in Greenville, South Carolina. That is actually also where my parents' first restaurant was when I was a kid.
Shit.
It's the Ugly Biscuit, and it was right. Actually, I think it's like right in the same quadrant where the Jersey Bagel Brothers would be.
Okay.
And we had that restaurant in
near that weird jewelry store.
In late 70s, early 80s, and I remember very few memories because I think I was like 4 or 5 when my parents sold it to do other business things, but we were very fond of that area. Chocolate Shop is still in business over 40 years.
God, you walk in
there. The only reason we're not doing Chocolate Shop is because there's no bad reviews. Everyone's just like, this is incredible.
I walked in and they gave me a cookie and I loved it. Well, yeah, 1 star? No.
Yeah, and they'll give you another one if you're like, I wasn't happy. Cookie? Oh, I feel better now.
Today's the worst day of my life. Here's a cookie. Today's the best day of my life.
Actually, the Chocolate Shop is just bribing their way to a 5-star review. Is what's happening here.
It's acceptable.
It works.
They deserve it. There's something about Chocolate Shop, and we'll get to
anyway. Sorry, what are we talking about?
Bagels. What goes good on a bagel?
Everything.
Chocolate.
Oh,
so let's talk about bagels.
Yeah. All right. So I got a review here. I was really excited to try this place, especially being from the north. I tried everything bagel with ham and cheese. This was so salty I could barely eat it. I don't think they have a lot of choices either. The crumb cake was delicious, and the people were really nice, but the bagel sandwich was really bad.
You are wrong. You're so wrong.
Oversalted?
It's so good.
I mean, is it possible they got a salt bagel? Because they do have a salt bagel, and it is
salty.
It is not
It
the
said
one.
he tried to order a everything bagel with ham.
It's not salty. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Is that one of your dozen you get?
That is that. Yeah, we always get 6 sesame, 6 everything, and they always give you a baker's dozen. We usually get like a cheese bagel.
Their sourdough bagel's really good.
Oh, that one is pretty good. Yeah,
I had the salt bagel one time. It's good if that's what you're looking for, but
I've had it once, and I was like, I should have eaten half of this. Yeah. It's very drying.
But the rest is so good.
Here's one for you. So they are closed on Mondays.
Oh, I was gonna use it.
The best places are closed on Mondays, guys.
1-star review. People want bagels on Mondays. 1 star.
People want lots of things, Buster.
What? Like, dude. Like,
1 star for having a day off.
like this technically means that you like the bagels enough that you felt the need to go and wanted on Mondays. It'd be like going like, Chick-fil-A's closed on Sundays. 1 star.
Right? It's ridiculous.
But you know what? It's a marketing strategy because, like I said, the best places are closed on Mondays.
Especially a bagel place. Saturday
Yeah.
and Sunday are their busy days.
Yep.
They crush it on Fridays. And Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is a ramp up. So they need a day off and prep the bagels and do all that other stuff. That's hilarious. People are morons.
That's why we do this podcast.
God damn. Here's a good one.
Yeah, go for it.
Worst place to order for catering and order. Never call back to let me know anything regarding my order. This is not the way to run a business. My client's order will not get there. Please don't waste your time with this place. Won't last long. Okay, so it's a year old, so they did last this long. Response from the owner. Lots of confusion here. Our records indicate that we confirmed this order twice and it was ready as scheduled. Ultimately, we had a horrified customer, so we obviously need to do something differently. We can supply a list of satisfied pre-order customers upon request. So you didn't pick up your order, dummy.
Well, it also sounds like, like we said, they're only a year old, and I know they were working out some kinks in general with like ordering, and it's possible that, at least they're trying to be like, it could be us.
The best feeling was the day I walked in there and they actually had like a register.
Oh my God.
With a POS system.
Dude,
early
days, listeners. I don't know if anybody went early in their operating and like hasn't been since. I strongly encourage you to go now because early days they were just writing things and it was like, oh guys,
he'd write it.
I was like, this food is so good that I really want you to last. Please figure this out.
Larry and I at one point were sitting in my living room eating bagels, talking about if we should coach them or we should buy them some order tickets.
Yeah, should we leave them like an anonymous tip?
They just would write it on a Post-it, and then he would hand the note back to the person making the bagels. And they didn't even have anything to stick it to. He'd fold it in half and they'd put it on the counter. But it was so good, and he's the friendliest guy.
Was a little checkbox and like, will you make my bagel? Yes or no? Is it better than Sully Steamers or Greenfields? Of course it is. This isn't hard. Is the service good? Absolutely. The people seem very nice. But the bagels are nothing special. If you're expecting something better than just an average bagel, you would have gone to any chain in the metro area. That's just not going to happen. Ooh. Will it do in a pinch? Sure. Somewhere in the back, there's probably a pile of tags that were removed from the New Jersey Bagel Shop starter kit items hanging on the walls. If your food is authentic as it just is, I don't need the Sopranos poster to remind me.
They're making them in the back, guy. Like you literally, if you go early enough, you see them boiling and baking them. What are you talking about?
Also, he tried to make a little joke there about how many of these New Jersey bagel shops there are in the world and how they all have the same art on the walls.
This place might have the most different collection of weird Jersey art I've ever seen.
Yeah, a shitload of Bruce Springsteen posters.
But also, mugshot.
Is there like a rash of chains opening up of New Jersey bagel shops? Because I'm not aware
around
of
here.
that.
I would say if anything's opening around down here in South Carolina, it's a lot of crab places.
Well, this keeps coming up. Are there a lot of crab places opening up?
I mean, there's one that's right off of Woodruff Road and 385 now.
Andrew, you're like the fourth person separately to bring this up in the past 5 days.
I think the Charleston places have been doing really well and are now franchising. The Aw Shucks and
Crab du Jour. Oh, Harbor Inn on Haywood Road just became a crab place, actually. So, yeah. And then there was another one that opened up actually right down the street. You guys passed it on the way to my house. There used to be like a Chinese place right in front of the Publix. That's a crab place now.
Oh.
There's a very small chance I come to Cherrydale for seafood.
To be fair...
Golden Corral?
To be fair, I mean, think about what crabs are. They're just giant ocean spiders. So the people are just like, you know what's easy to find? These giant ocean spiders. Let's sell them to people.
In a pinch, you can just use a land crab. A big tarantula.
Big tarantula, yeah.
I can't eat crab for weeks now. I hate spiders so
honestly,
bad.
if you got the hairs off and like had it with some butter, it probably wouldn't be terrible.
I hate you, dude. That's so sick. Listen to this one. I mean, can we go back to that other one? She just said they were the best bagels in Greenville and the service was fantastic, and she gave it a 1 star.
She gave it a 3 star?
Something like that, yeah. Just because the decor is so typical.
Guys, I'm out of 1 stars. I'm in the 2 and 3 stars. You got one, Caleb? Or
The bagels are great. They really are. Unfortunately, the person preparing the food is wearing his coronavirus mask under his nose. I take that as a lack of concern for the customer and don't think I will be able to return. Forget COVID-19. What precautions will they take if the guy has a cold? Okay. Fair.
Here's the thing.
But I work in a factory, dude. I'm wearing my mask all day long. I'm around 250 people. The mask comes down sometimes. I'm sorry, world. It is happening. I don't try to do it. It happens. So what I would do is I would politely ask the guy at the counter, hey, man, you mind putting your mask up for me? And then it would be fine.
But on top of that, like, yes, everyone does need to breathe it once in a while because it is hard to breathe, depending on what kind of mask you have. If it's not like a cloth mask or whatever. At the same time, I don't know, like, unless he's, like, breathing super heavy, like he's Fatty McGee from the old Adam Sandler CDs, right into your fucking dough, I don't think it matters at that point, you know? Like, yeah, you can do some kind of study. I'm sure, like, Bill and I've seen the videos where, like, well, you're breathing out, so it's right into the atmosphere in front of you, like, but the chance of it actually contaminating is really low. So you're just being nitpicky at this point, and you didn't even give it a chance. Let's just be fair on that. At the same time, I would think the guy, if he did have an actual cold outside of COVID-19, would just have common sense to just stay the hell home. There's your answer right there.
Well, you hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it'd be really good if you did pull the mask up. I will say that much.
Pull the mask up, dude. I'm with you. Although the one thing I will say is that COVID is a giant hoax. So...
Goddamn.
It is a hoax. It's a hoax so that Stanley and Rogue can sell more sports equipment. The company Rogue invented coronavirus so you would stay home and not go to the gym and buy their overpriced barbells. That's the real conspiracy.
The more you lift with the barbells, the more you're going to get microchipped.
Yeah, but the bigger your dick gets. So
the people are very nice, but the bagels were disappointing. I expect more given the other reviews I had seen. The Everything Bagel lacked really any real flavor and it just had a burnt taste to it. You could not taste any of the garlic, salt, or onion. These were not the New York City or New Jersey bagels I am used to. Well, Larry, you just praised the Everything Bagel.
Oh yeah, I love their Everything Bagel. Their bagel's really good. Also, it's like one of those bagels too. Just hold on, I'm gonna just wax poetic for a moment here.
Yeah.
These bagels are like they're soft interior, and they always like if you get them a little bit toasted, they have that crust that shatters.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a really good one.
And the butter absorbs into all those little crispy crackies.
Yeah. Oh, they just started doing a that's the sourdough one you mentioned earlier, but it's basically a oh dang it, what's the word? English muffin. It's like an English muffin, but in a bagel form.
It's super porous.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh, I know. I love their bagels. And the Taylor ham and the pork roll.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Greenville has this stuff. If Greenville people eat this stuff. I didn't really growing up.
Taylor ham, yeah.
But a lot of people I knew liked pork roll and stuff. I was a big fan. Like pork roll on a breakfast sandwich is a pretty cool idea, and it's pretty. It's very like I'd say it's pungent.
Yeah.
But it tastes good and it's really savory, and paired with like the smoothness of egg and cheese. That's a pretty revolutionary breakfast sandwich.
I will say, like, their breakfast sandwiches are okay. I really like their bagels a lot. I still hold that I think Greenville's has like a better sandwich options and definitely more sandwiches, but this place might have a bagel that definitely might take it to
You
church.
talked about their Everything Bagel. I don't like Everything Bagels.
Yeah.
I like their Everything Bagel. It's good. What I don't like about Everything Bagels is usually it just tastes like onions.
Oh yeah.
And I like
It's
onions,
not too
but not
it's
on a
not too
bagel.
strong.
Yeah, you taste everything. You taste the poppy seed, you taste the onion, you taste the garlic, you taste whatever else is on there. I love this place.
Here's another review. 3-star actually, not 1-star. I'm out of 1 stars. Bagel was good, but they were out of a lot of options by 11. You can tell the quality of the cream cheese was not the best. Atmosphere was awkward. It was eerily quiet when we entered. Everyone enjoying their bagel, I assume, but it was as quiet as a library. So maybe good for folks who need to get work done. I'm used to New York bagel shops that are hustling and loud. P.S. Toaster was not working and neither was the chip reader. I also feel like the dude behind the counter was struggling a bit, so maybe hire a cashier with a bubbly personality. I will give them another try, maybe after they work out the kinks.
They have worked out the kinks, my friend.
Yeah, that was 9 months ago. And actually, a comment from the owner, which, by the way, FYI, you're talking about the owner, who's the cashier.
Yeah, and is the man. He's the coolest dude ever, and he knows he's not that good at the cash register.
He's one of the brothers.
He mentions it all the time. Yeah. He says, I'm not that good with this thing, but he makes a darn good bagel, and he's so friendly. I really like him a lot.
Our bagels are baked fresh. This is the response from one of the owners. Our bagels are baked fresh daily, not from frozen dough. So if there is a spike in demand that cannot be foreseen, like the recent very positive newspaper and online articles that came without notice, we can't provide all varieties that the public would like to see. It should be noted that we've been in business for only 4 weeks, so we are still figuring things out. This is a review from 9 months ago, so they haven't even been there a year. Holy shit. This has been a long year, guys. As to the quietness, you obviously weren't in the house on a normal day. Our shop buzzes with activities, especially on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. As with all new tech, bugs need to be worked out. Issues with electric, which caused toaster and chip reader issues, causes the understandable stresses that you saw have been resolved. Thanks for taking the time to review us. Definitely go back out, dude. If you happen to be listening to this, definitely go back out and check them out again. The guy, honestly, the dumbest fucking joke, he's now used it several times when I've walked in, is the coffee one. Has he used this one on you before?
I don't know. Tell it.
You walk in and he's just like, you want a coffee? And I'll be like, yeah. And he goes, what is it? It's regular or
small or extra small?
No, it's like small or extra small, or like regular or small, and it's like the large is the regular.
Yeah.
This is the joke. And you're just like,
he's so lame, but he's such a good dude.
So
this one, this review here is neutral. It's a 3-star, but it befuddles me. I don't know what they're talking about. We are excited to try these bagels out. The smell and look were great. They even sounded right when you tap them.
What?
However, the taste was more like a good French bread, and the inside was not as dense as it should have been. Hence, the chew was not there. Looking forward to trying them again in the future. They even sounded right when you tap them. Maybe this person just knows bagels, because I would like to know how to test a bagel.
It's like a watermelon, Ryan. You just twalk it. You just thunk the top of it.
I found one review on Menu Picks here. I'm not difficult to please, and I am honest and fair. Here's how it went down. I ordered my bagel egg sandwich with 6 strips of bacon, 6 bagels plain, and 2 chocolate milks to go. Went into the restroom, washed my hands, and came out to talk pleasantries and grabbed my bag and left after paying my bill, which was $18.75. The bagels I ordered had hardly any raisins and all disappointed, and the bagels tasted not very good quality of the flour in the recipe. They didn't give, this is all one long sentence, by the way. 6 strips ordered, they had only 3 on there, and they didn't even put chocolate milk in the bag. I had to drive back and put it back after I was in a couple of miles away. The egg and the sandwich was a small egg, so let's break it down. $8 for a bagel sandwich. $7.50 for.
I quit the podcast. I quit, dude. I'm done. You're not paying me enough for this.
Wait, he's paying you? How much?
$8. Enough for 1 bagel or 14 roast beefs.
Oh, he's been paying me $12. That's really weird.
$8 for a bagel sandwich. $7.50 for six raisin bagels plain and 2 chocolate milks. $3.50. I will never go here again.
Wait, did she just say it was $12 for 6 bagels? Or $6 for 12 bagels, whatever?
$18.75 was the total
for 12 bagels.
6 strips of bacon, 6 bagels plain, and 2 chocolate milks.
That's a pretty reasonable price.
Yeah, I mean that's 6 strips of bacon. I mean the bacon alone. I mean that would be like $3 anywhere else, $4 anywhere else. The bagels would be like at least $2 per. That's reasonable. And the tax, 2 chocolate milks to go. That's like $1 per.
So now I have a big problem here, guys. I'm out of 1 stars, and also all the 5 stars are throwing up pictures, and I'm getting hungry, boy.
Yeah.
This Taylor ham one. Oh my God.
What is the Taylor ham? I've seen that on a lot of the reviews here. Have you guys had that?
Well, pork roll is like so I really like the pork roll. The pork roll is like it's like spackle. Have you ever had spackle? It's the same thing. Yeah. It's like ground up pork with like, I don't know, some other extra fat or something.
Yeah, there's like gelatin.
Okay, here's a picture of the Taylor ham, just for your sake there.
Yeah, it's the Taylor ham. It's kind of like if you get country fried, like country ham.
Yeah,
Taylor ham's
country
kind of
ham.
like country ham.
Country ham.
Canadian ham. Canadian.
Take me
No,
home.
because Canadian bacon is like a ham steak.
Yeah, that's
Taylor ham is very similar to country fried ham or country ham. And then I really like the pork roll, which is like kind of like jellied pork.
Oh yeah.
But it's really savory, really like over the top savory, but I like it a lot. I also want to talk about the weird dude who does pastries.
Oh yeah. I have no idea what that guy's name is, but he's there every weekend, and he's got some great pastries.
He does. They're like homemade pastries. It's a separate business operating within the business, but it's also
It's got to be like a friend or something.
but they use the same register.
yeah, you pay for shit at the register.
I don't understand what's going
he's
on.
got
It's like a bake sale layout.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw those pictures. It's like on a bunch of tables going long ways against the wall. You
Yes.
He's
they're
like-
really good.
he's
but
like
they're
in his
very weird.
he's
is
like
that
in
what the
his
crumb cake they're
70s.
talking about?
So he listed cookies, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll get some cookies for Zoe and I, like for dessert tonight or a weekend treat. But they're the size of
Massive.
like a silver, like a maybe a bit bigger than a silver dollar pancake, almost like a whole pancake, and they're like 2 inches thick. It's like a bundt cake, but it's like a chocolate chip cookie.
Got a lot of baking soda in
It
them.
was like 40,000 calories,
huge.
probably.
We got their orange ricotta coffee cake.
Yeah,
So good.
I got what I get cinnamon rolls, handmade cinnamon rolls.
He does what are they called? Biscottis,
Yes.
like the coffee,
Like the hard guys,
Yeah,
yeah.
the hard guys. Yeah, he makes a bunch of biscottis too. I've gotten those before, and he's got like anise and a couple other different flavors. But everything he's made and I bought has been dope. And my parents were visiting, and they're both from they grew up in Connecticut, but they're both like respectively born in various boroughs of New York. Mom's from Queens, and as naturally what happens whenever Northeasterner transplants find themselves in the same room.
Yeah.
Like my parents immediately hit it off with this man, and I'm a little bit surprised he's not like an unofficial uncle at this point. Because they were just like, he was just like, oh yeah, I was from. I'm trying to remember which borough he said he was from. I think Brooklyn, but I don't remember specifically.
If the owner doesn't sound like Grover, I'm going to be really disappointed with that voice he just did. You were like,
So you're talking about Jersey people loving Jersey people, Northerners loving Northerners.
just
when they meet in the
Northeasterners,
South.
yeah.
I had a really funny moment when I was picking up bagels the last time. I'm sitting in there, and there's a guy in there from Jersey, and like his wife from Jersey, and then another table's from Jersey, and so they're all talking about New Jersey, and he is a cop who retired from the force, and he's on his pension, but he can actually, like, this is what I understood from the snippet of the conversation because I'm an eavesdropper, he could actually get on the force here in Greenville, transfer, and not lose his pension and just start getting paid anyways. But what he said was...
credit transfers. Oh,
yeah,
nice.
what he said was, the one thing is up north, you can kind of tell who's carrying. Down south, everybody's carrying. You're gosh darn right, brother.
Caleb's got a hat under his gun right now.
A hat under my gun.
He does.
Yeah, it's just a gun on his head. It's like really aggressive.
It's an assault rifle 15.
So I have not been to the Jersey Bagel Brothers, but I'm looking at a picture of the menu, and is this accurate? It's just a whiteboard,
Yep.
handwritten.
Oh, yeah.
Very
That's it.
simply laid out, like maybe 6 specials, like 6 sandwiches.
It's not an especially complicated menu.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Bagels.
What do you,
Here are
what,
the
what do you
limited
think?
sandwiches.
A dozen different types of bagel.
What is a flagel?
Not even a dozen. Oh, they have explanations there. A flagel is like a flattened bagel. So like they flatten it, I think, right before they boil it. I think they flatten it and then they...
I think it's lower carb, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe
I
that's
don't
not
really
it.
know. And then there's also something else that they have like a flagel, and there's one other one that
Weird
I've
one, yeah.
not gone out of my way to get yet. Eventually I'll have to check that out.
But they're really good. Yeah, so probably 12 different bagels, maybe 6 different meats you can get, and then, eggs and cheese and basic stuff.
It's very basic, yeah.
And then their cream cheese, they've got, I don't know, 5 flavors of cream cheese, something
They
like that.
got regular cream cheese. They have like a veggie.
Yeah, Zoe likes their
cheese.
veggie cream cheese a lot. They got that. I think they have a spicy cream cheese and maybe 1 or 2 sweet ones, like a strawberry or something like that. Yeah. I love this place, you guys. Listeners out there, I'm not joking, man. This is probably my favorite new restaurant in Greenville. Go give them a try. It's the weirdest little place you'll ever see.
Also, if you remember where it was Crazy Cuban before they bought it,
Yeah.
and or rented it. I don't really know what the situation is, but when Crazy Cuban kind of abruptly closed, They did not. I don't think they repainted it, so it's the same red and yellow color scheme. But like the Jersey state flag is yellow. So like you walk in, it's like, oh, my eyes a little bit.
Yellow,
it's a little abrasive, but
7 a.m.
Yeah.
Hey,
Saturday, you're a bit hungover. Like, yellow.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna need some bagels.
Hey, look, they took the color scheme of McDonald's, and McDonald's has done its research for years and years, knowing that yellow and red are the two most desirable colors that make you hungry while you were there, but also once you get the fuck out. Much like a Jersey place should be.
Yeah.
It's Jersey Bagel Brothers, Greenville, South Carolina, off Pleasantburg, right across from Bob Jones University in the Lake Forest Shopping Center. Check them out. You guys just talked me into it. Now I got to figure out a way to, when my kids are at school, how to get there when they're not here so they don't have to bother me to take them.
You guys want to do breakfast on Saturday? Come over to the house? Eat bagels?
Think about
Listeners, you're not invited.
No, wait, it was a huge block party.
I live in West Greenville.
Born and raised? All right.
Born and raised.
Yes, I would totally be down for that. And like I said, Jersey Bagel Brothers, Greenville, South Carolina. Give them a try. Also, give us a like. Subscribe to us on whatever you listen to right now, whether it be iTunes, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, whatever you listen to the voice on already. Just give us a like. Give us a 5-star review so we can keep pumping up more of these episodes and up Caleb's pay from $8 at some point.
Oh, man. I'm so angry.
Larry's dad was $8.
My dad's $8.